Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Hey traders, I am going to give you a market update on what's going on right now in the markets. And I'm going to look at silver and gold. We look at oil as well too today. We're looking at also the US dollar. And I'm just giving you a good general guidance of what I'm seeing in the markets right now. Guys, if you need help with your trading, then you need to grab my trading course, and it's at $7, and you can go to johnsflashsale.com, or the link's in the description. You can grab that and go get the $7 trading course right now. Now, let's actually start with the indices first, okay? The one thing that I'm noticing with the indices a lot here, let me actually go back to, where are we? This one right here, okay? One thing I'm noticing on the indices, right, is that we're definitely forming this potential sort of rounding top formation. It's really interesting to see. We're squeezing up here and we're squeezing up into this sort of rounding top. Sort of got a potential left shoulder here, potential right shoulder here, and a potential, left shoulder, right shoulder, and head through here. So it's a potential head and shoulder. As you can see, right, this could actually be forming into many different things. So we just got to wait and see what it's going to form into. Now, when we're looking at these, when we're looking at the markets here, right, we can see we actually have this market through here. Now we're actually starting to come down. If I bring up the S&P 500, we actually can see we're starting to come down quite nicely out of this level through here, right? We'll come up, come down, come up, come down, and we're still coming down through to here. So it's really interesting. We still have this line in the standpoint through here. This whole line, this whole point here on the S&P 500, now if people want exact numbers, it's around, just around about that sort of 2,850 level. That's the line in the stand for the S&P. If we get below that, then we have a pretty big drop coming in the market. Same for the Dow Jones as well too, right? Like we have pretty much the 25,500 level on the Dow Jones. Oh, excuse me. Is indeed the line in the sand. So it's really interesting to see what this is going to form into. And it looks like it's getting very, very, very top heavy through here. We're not pushing up, and yeah, it's just looking really, really, really top heavy here. So that's what we're looking at there right now on the indices, and it's just going to be really interesting to see what happens through there. Looking at now, so the other indices, the Russell 3000 is the exact same as the other markets. Looking at the Russell 3000 is the exact same as the S&P and the Dow. It's exactly what I went over before. Looking at the transportation average, we're still pretty much in this sideways range, so still in this sideways channel through here. But if we start to break below this 175 level, then 155 is probably going to be a target for that. And the same for the Russell 2000, same thing. Moving sideways, not really much happening. Depending on what happens through here, but if we start to break that 145 level, we're probably going to head down towards that 125 level. So really, really, really interesting stuff what's actually happening right now in the market. So just keep an eye out for those levels there, guys. And looking at silver and gold. Now looking at silver is one that I'm really, really, really interested in, more for long-term basis as well too, right? Because we're actually getting a bit of a pullback through here, but look at all this upside that silver has. Silver's going to be an absolutely blast, an absolute amazing performer over the next couple of years. And you can either buy the silver itself, or you can buy some long-term options. The good thing about if you want to, you actually can see, right, this is my other charts. I'm trading the Forex and futures now. There's not much going on right now, so I'm just doing a video for you guys. I trade the options on the stock market, and then I also trade the Forex and the futures markets. Forex, such as the Great British Pound, Australia, futures such as crude oil, S&P 500, gold, stuff like that. And I've even got Bitcoin in there as well too. So if I move this out of the way, this is just one of my screens you're looking at right now. I have 3 screens, So anyway, so looking at this here, the good thing about looking at silver here is if you're looking to benefit from silver and you're looking to say buy some options, which that's what I'm looking to do. If you go to the options tab over here, you actually can go down to now January 22, which is absolutely phenomenal. January 22. Look at this here. And you can buy, this is absolutely nuts, guys. This is absolutely just nuts. It blows my mind how much time you can buy in silver right now, which is basically what? 2 years, right? It's more than 2 years. Am I right there? Let me be 365 times 2 equals 7. Yeah, so it's more than... I'll bring up my calculator for you. Right, but look at this here, right? So you can buy basically at the money options here, right? At the money options for like, that's cause. Let's go to cause, right? At the money options here for like $3, right? So $300 you could buy at the money options, which is absolutely just crazy, right? To buy that much time frame. Now, why is that crazy? Because if you look at the SLV, all right, if you look at the SLV in itself, if we're buying at the money options for $3 right now, and that's where it's happening right now, what happens by that time that this thing's now? If you buy it, say it's $16, or actually just call it $15 to keep the number simple. If you buy it at $15 and you spend say $4 here, right? $4, or we'll say call it $4.50. Right? What happens if silver over the next 2 years screams up to say $30? Well, how much is that option going to be worth by default? Just by that alone, right? So that's what I'm looking at to do myself as well too. I'm looking to load up on some long-term options here for silver itself, because I think silver has an immense, amazing opportunity. And now we can buy January 22 options. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely crazy. So, you can see by looking at the open interest tab here. So the open interest mainly is the 18. A lot of people are buying up the 18s and $17 here, which is really interesting to see that happening through there. Yeah. So, and then you can see what's happening through here as well too. So, so that's what I'm looking at through there, guys, and that's the really interesting thing that I really like about silver. So. That's what I like about there. Looking onto gold right now. Let's go back to that daily chart. Gold, we're having a bit of a pullback, but I think gold and silver, guys, are just having another bit of resting phase. Silver is going to absolutely explode. But gold is not that far away from making an all-time new high. If I go back to my GLD price, so you can actually see that this all-time new high is up here, right? At that sort of 190 level is a new high, but no doubt gold will actually get to there. So that's what I'm looking at there right now, guys, when it comes to, you know, silver and gold and all those markets. Gold and silver, especially silver, that SLV price, guys, is going to absolutely scream. It's going to absolutely scream when all this is said and done over the next couple of years. So and we know a recession is around the corner. We know they're going to continue to drop rates. So it's to me, it's a layup when it comes to silver right now for that sort of trade. Okay, a longer term trade. Short term, we have no idea. Could go sideways for 2 weeks. All right. So that's what I wanted to share with you right there, guys. Looking at now, so I want to share with you also. Looking at. I also want to share with you looking at oil. Sorry, US dollar. Look what's happening here with the US dollar, right? We're in a serious bull market through here. Let me delete that. And let me delete that. So we're in a serious bull market through here. All right. And the thing is about this bull market through here, right, is look how vertical this move is up. This move here, right? Whenever a market starts to really go up like this, right, it just slowly steps up. This is going to be really interesting, guys, because we've got two trend lines coming through here, okay? So the interesting thing about the US dollar is this. One, this has been it's a pretty big move to the upside. So what I'm looking at here is this. I'm going to see, does this UUP, which is the US dollar index fund, do we actually get below the 2650 level? If so, then that's going to be this whole big move through here. This whole move through here right now is probably going to be some sort of, false breakout. And then we're going to, and then if that happens, big false breakout, this is probably going to be some sort of false breakout, and then we're likely to start to see a move back down here. Now, what's likely to happen fundamentally, guys, if you look at it on a fundamental basis, they'd probably like to start to devalue the currency because of how much debt they actually owe. So no doubt they're probably likely to start to devalue their currency just by doing that alone. Call it market manipulation, call it whatever you want to call it, right? It's just what is actually going on right now in the markets. So I hope you can see. You know, what I'm looking at there and what's happening through there with the US dollar there, guys. And also looking at let's go have a look at oil here. There's something really interesting happening with oil right now. If you look at oil, we've pretty much been sideways here. Not much going on. We've got a major support level right where we are right now. But look at this here. Look at oil. Pretty much nothing going on. And we've just had a big gap up, and then we came down, filled that gap. That was pretty much a layup of what was happening through there, right? Look at this here, right? Big gap up. You knew that gap was going to get filled, right? Look at this here. Gap up, gap filled. So gaps always get filled in this one here, especially that big. You just knew that was going to happen. So anyway, and now just looking at oil, just USO, oil, same thing, right? If we start to go, we're starting to go sideways through here right now. So if we start to break this support level, actually I'll bring up the oil price itself. This is the oil price itself. Then there's no support level until down here at that next low level there, which is around that $42 level. So if oil breaks this $50 level, then we're heading down to $42 there. So again, I'm not sure how that's going to correlate into the stock market or whatever, but it is really interesting now that the normally interest rates dropping have been bullish for the stock market. But as we can see, what's happening right now is that even though they're dropping rates, trying to put a floor underneath the markets actually is still coming down. So really, really, really interesting times, guys. And it's something that we want to keep an eye out for, and there's something that we just want to keep watching for as well too. Okay, so there's a bit of a market update there, guys. The stock market, it's looking really, really top heavy right now. Silver and gold, especially silver right now. Oh my goodness, guys, silver right now is an absolute layup over the next 2 years, and especially when you can buy January 2022 options. January 2022 options. Let me just go back and make sure that I got that right. Yeah, so January 2022 options is absolutely what we call a layup in the markets, right? It's a layup. And what I mean by a layup is that, this one here, right? Yeah, what I mean by a layup is that silver has a lot more to catch up when it comes to that. You can buy it a lot of time. We know it's like to happen the next couple of years, so it's absolutely really, 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 really exciting to see and how cheap these options are for the amount of time you can buy, which is absolutely crazy. So you look at this here, right? You can see this one here is like $16 for over 2 years. The $16 option, $3.50 to $3.80, roughly around there for say at the money, or that's actually first in the money. So so first out of the money is, call it $3.20 to say $3.30. If you go and have a look at, say, November, let's go to January 2022, right? You can see here that we're looking at roughly 70 cents to $1, right? They're so cheap right now. And the reason why they're so cheap is because obviously it's a cheap ETF. But what happens if this ETF, if this ETF here, right, starts to get back up to $40 and $50. Do you know what that's going to do for the option? The option is going to be the option is going to absolutely explode. And when the options explode like that, not only when we start to get the $40, $50, but then suddenly implied volatility and so on and so forth. So I'm really excited, guys. Right now, there's an amazing amount of opportunities that are out there right now in the marketplace, both in the stock market, silver and gold, and even on individual stocks, right? Like I'm in a trade right now. I'm actually short one stock. I've been short for pretty much a week now, riding this thing like there's no tomorrow. Absolutely phenomenal profit. And so there's plenty of opportunities out there, guys. We just got to know what to look for, how to read these markets, and and how to truly get ahead in the market through there. So I hope this really helps you out, guys. If you would like to learn more about if you'd like to become a private client of mine, where I teach you my #1 trading strategy, where I trade the markets, and also get weekly coaching and daily coaching with me. Coaching starts straight away and it ends at the end of next year. I've just opened up a few spots to that. So if you're interested in getting all the details to that, then just email me at HOWELL trader at gmail.com, and I'll send you all the details to the few spots I've just opened up for the next opening to my coaching program. So go do that right now, guys, and I'll see you soon.